Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch and welcome to my studio. Today we're gonna paint transparent butterflies. It's similar to painting flowers, but has its specific and fun. And so let's start.
I already prepared a drawing for half of a butterfly. And why for half? Because it's very easy to paint the mirroring part. But right for now, I will show you on a half of a butterfly how I do it. And first, I fill in the area of the wing with very diluted purple color, and that's basically it. I try to keep more color pigment or close to the body like this. And for the bottom wing I make a little bit different, just a very slightly different combination of colors. I add a little bit of Quinacridone rose just for some variety, and I distribute all these very light color here on the bottom petal. It doesn't really matter for now how it goes. I just let it dry. It's almost white, very watery. And I'm taking another brush which is slightly thinner, and I have another more bold mixture prepared. Now the fun part. First I press with the brush around the body, and I a little bit lose the pressing as far as I go to the end of the wing, just like this. So we have a bright and sharp part. And now with the clean and almost dry brush, I a little bit distribute this color. Not so much, I like to keep it flow, just to avoid these spots, stains, which are not natural to butterfly. Just like this. And the same for the bottom part, for this bottom for this bottom petal. And in this case I would like to emphasize this part, and I will go with my brush along this bottom edge and here. You see here the paper is almost dry, so the area has very sharp and distinguished borders, which we could a little bit dissolve with clean and almost dry brush. Just go around this edge and distribute it a little bit. You could add some wiggling moves which will imitate the color, the ornaments on butterflies' wings, just like this. Now this one is drying. We are back to the top, and maybe let me check. It's still a little bit too wet, so I could add some darker area, darker border here with the tip of the brush, very gentle, and I let it dry and I will paint the body. Once this part dries, I will paint the body, and after painting the body it will be a really beautiful part when I will add this transparency, all these lines around. With the body it's relatively simple, nice way to imitate, to make it looks natural, to paint with small little tiny strokes, so the body will look a bit fluffy. And also add some variety. I combine these bright sepia brown and Van Dyke. Van Dyke really works very well with sepia, and it adds beautiful contrast. And also we have a nice contrast with purple and this warm brown color. Okay, now let's start to paint the beautiful ornaments on the wing. I use purple in rather bold condition, and first I will paint these ornaments on the edge of our butterfly. I will paint main vines. What I'm doing now, and what will be interesting for you to try, I add different pressure to all the lines. Because it makes it more vivid, more artistic, random, other than if I just paint with the same pressure. For example, I will show what I mean. For example, here I will try to paint with the same pressure, and it looks a little bit too flat. So it's always nice, even if it is in the picture, in the original photo it looks like it's just straight, we add some artistic touch to everything, and we are brave with our moves. And here I paint just random brush strokes. It's all painting is just about adding random brush strokes to create this nice, beautiful variety. And just here and there I leave some white space, which will make these spots. And I connect some bigger parts with the main vine on the wing. For example, here I could add more dark parts here. I basically paint monochrome, and I do that because it's really takes our focus on the beauty of the wing, and we are not distracted with variety of colors. We just follow the lines, which are beautiful. Painting butterflies is very similar to painting flowers, and we focus on its beauty and its randomness, its uniqueness. Maybe some small little tiny details I would like to paint with very tiny tip of the brush. Sometimes I have these white spots around, and this is nice. So this wing is ready, and let's switch to another one. This has a little bit of Quinacridone rose in the color, so I just create another bold mixture. And again, we already created some ornament here. I will start with big vines. And I paint in very loose manner, very random. I just look at my picture and just follow the main idea, the main shapes and shades. But I do not go that much into details. Just add some tiny little details. For example, on this bottom wing, I could make some random roundish moves like this. Butterfly wings, they are bolder. They have some ornaments on the edges, so we keep this in mind. Do not leave empty area along the borders, along the edges of the wing. Sorry, sometimes it's difficult for me to talk and to paint at the same time, and sorry, but here and there I maybe sound a little bit weird. I'm trying my best. I hope it will improve. But yeah. So one butterfly is ready, and I will paint the second half, and you could paint the second half. You just copy what we painted in here. For this butterfly, I prepared a crop lock, very diluted mixture of crop lock. It's I would say dusty reddish color, which we distribute again on the wing, and trying to make bolder part here close to the body. I wash my brush, I clean my brush, and I remove some color from big areas to make the wing even more transparent. Our goal is to get that transparency feeling. And again, I make it bolder close to the body when I wash my brush, and I just drag out the color a bit, and I try to keep the edges almost white, but I need to cover all the wing area with the color. And I like how this plays around. I will leave these random spots here. I even add some purple touches around, and let's see what will happen. I did not plan this. I did not plan this, so I'm very curious what I will get at the end. And also, it's for you if something went not as you planned. It's absolutely, completely fine when you are painting with watercolor. Now I want to add darker color on the edge. I go with the tip of the brush along the edge and press a little bit more here, because on the edges of wings, usually butterflies, they have very bold and beautiful ornaments. I just try to add some random random beautiful ornaments just on this part of the wing, and same with the bottom. I paint with wiggling moves to make the wing looks vivid, and so we will have the feeling that our butterfly will just fly right now. And for this butterfly, I would like to add some extra strokes and ornaments in this area, in the middle area. I'm sorry guys, I did not have a look in the description, so I have no idea which butterfly we are painting now. For the next time I will be more prepared, I promise. And for example, if you have a favorite butterfly, and for example you're really keen in butterflies and know a lot of species, just tell me in comments what butterflies would be interesting to paint. I will Google it, I will prepare a nice reference, and we will paint it all together. Will you do that, please? Is there anybody who really knows well butterflies? That would be nice. I think I'm more aware of flowers than butterflies. So what I'm doing now, I'm creating a bold mixture, and I add some green color to make it even more bold. And I'm not happy with the size of the brush. I'm taking the thinner brush, you see, to make the lines. Oh, it's not dry yet, so it's good. Would be good to wait a little bit. You see, of course, long preparations, but nothing happens. but while it's drying I just paint the body, the head. Body and head I'm painting with tiny little brush strokes, and I let everything mix and goes one into each other, one into another. Some burned, this is Dyke and burnt Sienna. I like to combine them, they give nice shades. Okay, so let's goes back. Actually I like this thing like it is. So next set of butterflies you could paint just with one layer, just with this one layer, and play around with some watercolor things, some watercolor effects. And taking our bold mixture, I think this part is more dry, so I will start here. I go around their wing area and randomly I add some strokes and shapes around, rather random. As we are paint monochrome, it's very convenient, so you no need to think right now about the colors. You just prepared a mixture one time and you just use only different shades, only different saturation. For example, here maybe I will dilute a little bit to make some areas softer, like this. And again with this wing would be nice to add some ornament in the middle of the wing, so everything will look very different. I paint with the whole brush, and it's more like a stamping. I put my brush and leave a stamp, and maybe with some wiggling moments I add some structure to it. I like very much what we have now. I just paint some whites to connect all this beauty. It's important to make a line on the edge, and this area is dry already, and we could paint with strong shapes, with sharp shapes. Some vines. Everything is random. I like this bottom wing very much. It has its vividness. I hope you could see that our bottom texture really plays beautiful here. And maybe it's some reminiscent of lace structure when all the threads are connected. And here we could add our ideas, our vision, how it could be nice. And this half of butterfly is done, and what you need is just to paint the same thing on the left side. Sometimes it could be easier to paint the first layer first for both sides, and then for both sides the second layer. I think you will figure it out what works more beautiful with you.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the process, and I hope you managed to paint the second half of butterfly by yourself. I'm looking forward to see your paintings on Instagram. Tag me olga.koelsch. Please leave some feedback in comments which butterflies, flowers or some other insects you would like to paint next. Subscribe my channel and see you next time. Bye bye.